Chapter 210. Guardian. Back then, no one could compete with you. You saved me countless times, so it's only fair that I get to save you at least once now. Reminiscing was revealed in Chu Xuanyu's eyes as she seemed to be dwelling on events which occurred 6 or 7 years earlier. Who is this pretty beau daring to hold the hand of such a beauty? How audacious! I will tear him to pieces. Suddenly, an unfriendly voice was heard across the room. A Che practitioner, a handsome gentleman, was glaring obsessively at Chu Xuanyu. Seeing Han Yi touching her, jealousy arose, inciting complaints and shouts for support from surrounding individuals. His bodyguard unsheathed his sword and swung it towards Han Yi. The man's desire was clearly sparked by the beauty of Chu Xuanyu, which he coveted for himself. Smack, however. In the next second, Han Yi vanished like an afterimage. He landed on top of the table first and swung his arm, knocking the gentleman away with such a force that he spat out blood and was thrown away. Han Yi then took out his Dragon Sparrow Sect token, crushed it in his hand, and coldly declared, "Does a mere local tycoon dare to show such insolence in my presence?" While he could not use his magic power, the strength in his mortal body alone, with just a single slap, was more than enough to deal with the Che practitioner. The 4 guards of the gentleman, when they saw the sect token in Han Yi's hand, turned white as sheets in fear, quickly apologized and hosted their wounded lord, escaping the inn in shame. All the cultivators in the inn ceased their discussions. Mere mortals should never mess with a disciple of a major sect. Han Yi put away his token and silently sighed. The reason he revealed his sect token was that one of the 4 bodyguards had reached the level of foundation establishment. If it came to battle, without using his magic power, it would not turn out well. Han Yi observed himself inwardly and noticed that his 9-turned golden core had turned into a globe filled with cracks. Should he dare to use his magic power again, his golden core will certainly shatter, causing serious injuries and potential death from backlash. If a cultivator's golden core were to be shattered, severe injuries would be the least of their concerns. Death was the most common outcome. Even if one is lucky enough to just be severely injured, the body will gradually age without the nourishment of magic power and spiritual Che. While Han Yi may seem young and handsome on the outside, he was already in his 30s. If he were to be injured and lose his golden core, he would only live for a few more years before his life came to an end. When we finish our meal, let's leave. Let's find a quiet place to heal. I have enough gold and silver to buy a property, settle down. If I can live a normal life and grow old peacefully, that would be actually quite fortunate. Han Yi stretched out his hands, helping Chu Xuanyu up to prepare to leave. Since they left Fuyao State, her injuries were not fully healed yet, and she had a slight limp. Just when they were leaving the inn, a few moments later, urgent message, fast horses galloped through the streets, with soldiers scattering wanted posters all over the place. Someone picked up a wanted poster, glanced at it, and slowly read, "Wanted by the entire nation, arrest this man." Wait, weren't these the 2 people who left just now? Indeed, those 2 people who left before are criminals wanted by the government, not disciples of any sect. Many people, as they came to their senses, hurriedly left the inn to search for the pair, but the man and woman were nowhere to be found. Han Yi and Chu Xuanyu were walking in the street when they suddenly noticed a large number of people ogling them. Although they were trying hard to keep it subtle and undiscovered by Han Yi, it was quite transparent in his eyes. Where did all these lecherous men come from? Something seemed strange. Han Yi felt it was unlikely for all these men to suddenly covet Chu Xuanyu's beauty for no reason. There has to be another reason. Not until he saw the rapidly spreading wanted posters flying in the sky, took one and glanced at it, did he suddenly understand. I see, it's the doing of the Great Zhao's court, or rather, the workings of the Immortal Gate, Wuliangqia. Behind the scenes, the current situation is that both the Immortal Gate and the demonic cult are after me. They certainly don't want the heavenly demon nether dragon scroll to fall into each other's hands. Chu Xuanyu took the wanted poster, glanced at it. The next second, the sound of hoofs echoed through the streets as fully armed soldiers rushed in, holding crossbows, brandishing their swords, and the horses they were riding on were not ordinary steeds, but dragon horses infused with demon blood. She turned to look at Han Yi, her eyes questioning. Obviously, she was asking him what they should do now. Han Yi gripped Chu Xuanyu's wrist with one hand and said sternly, The immortal gate is no less cruel than the demon path. In this world, no one has an absolute position. To them, the only thing that matters is self-interest. Han Yi was extremely angry, feeling the injustice for himself and the unfair treatment towards Chu Xianyu. He knew from the very first day he stepped into the world of cultivation that those from the immortal gate were not decent people. De Wu Liangqiao was the chief culprit for turning the Great Zhao's court into what it is today. So now, whoever dared to stop him, he would kill. From a distant building, Pei Shengshu was holding a stack of documents, swiftly looking through Han Yi's information. Then he closed the documents, his gaze returning again to the complex street, where thousands of soldiers had neatly assembled, waiting for his command. A shiver of cold was added to his eyes. The scar-faced guard at his side said solemnly, Han Yi is no ordinary person. He defeated the Minghuang demon child, won over the from major family's sword seed, and escaped from Fuyao State. Surely he has extraordinary abilities. His time at the Dragon Sparrow sect didn't produce much information. It's unknown what other aces this man has up his sleeve.